This is a power-focused fighter. He's practically without flaws. Can Creed beat him in a match? Defying Rocky's opposition, Creed accepted Victor's challenge. Upon returning to Los Angeles, he recruited Duke as his coach. Duke's father had once trained Apollo. Intense training began immediately. Yet when comparing training intensity, Creed's regimen was practically child's play next to Victor's. Every part of Victor's training was on a tough-as-nails level. Soon came the pre-fight press conference. Victor had long limbs and a towering build. Standing next to him, Creed looked like a little brother. When their eyes met, Creed glanced over at Ivan, and Ivan stared right back at him, as Creed sized Ivan up from head to toe.
You're much smaller than your father.
Come on, my pop.
Suddenly, Victor shoved Creed with a palm strike. The two nearly came to blows right there at the conference. The next evening, the fight began as scheduled. Back in Philadelphia, Rocky turned on the TV to watch. The venue was in Los Angeles, Creed's home turf. When Victor walked out, the crowd booed loudly. But when Creed made his entrance, the spectacular stage effects even caught Victor off guard. Truly the home advantage. This flamboyant entrance, however, bore a striking resemblance to Apollo's entrance 34 years ago. As the two touched gloves, the fight officially started. Creed took the initiative to attack. Yet no matter how many punches he landed on Victor, Victor remained unshaken. Rocky kept a close eye on the TV the entire time. Suddenly, Creed landed a right hook on Victor. The crowd erupted in cheers. Even then, Victor still didn't throw a punch. Creed followed up with another right hook to Victor. Out of nowhere, Victor fired back with a right hook of his own, sending Creed staggering back to the ropes. Now Creed was furious. He closed in step by step, launching a fierce assault fueled by anger. Suddenly, Victor unleashed a powerful left hook, leaving Creed dizzy and disoriented. He tried to fight back, but couldn't even lay a finger on Victor. For some reason, Creed slowly backed into the corner. Trapped there, he could only take Victor's blows, with no room to counterattack. Thankfully, the bell rang just in time. The first round was over. Creed had gained no advantage whatsoever in that round. During the intermission, Duke went over tactics with Creed, but Creed seemed impatient.
Come on, man, hold the phone on that. You think I don't know that shit? Well, if you know it, stay off the line. Take your angles. You ain't taking your angles. I know. If he throw you a left hook, do it.
Ivan's only order to Victor was, break him. The second round began. Victor launched a fierce attack right off the bat, no hesitation at all. Creed used his agility to dodge, but was soon driven back to the ropes again. Then, Victor landed another right hook. Now Creed was like a caged beast, unable to put up any resistance. Another sudden right hook left Creed's legs wobbly. He tried to strike back, but a solid hook sent him tumbling over the ropes. Creed struggled to his feet, signaling he could keep fighting. Victor stepped forward and unleashed two consecutive right hooks, with the force of thunder, slanting into Creed's chest. Creed's ribs must have been broken. His expression showed how excruciating the pain was. Despite this, Creed still managed to stand up. He was determined to finish the fight. Victor pressed his advantage, landing several more punches on Creed. Suddenly, Creed dodged an attack, and threw a punch just before the ending bell rang. The second round came to an end. During the intermission, Duke demanded to stop the fight, but Creed begged him to let it continue. He insisted on finishing what he'd started.
Hey, my mouthpiece. My mouthpiece.
The third round began. Victor's attacks grew even more ferocious. Creed had no chance to fight back at all. Suddenly, another punch landed on his broken ribs.
Oh, and with a devastating shot to the ribcage.
The referee immediately called a timeout, but Victor still landed a cheap shot on Creed. This time, Creed couldn't get back on his feet at all. Even the air fell completely silent. Creed didn't lose this fight, because Victor had committed a foul at the end. Yet Creed didn't win either, because he'd been knocked down. Creed was rushed to the hospital right away. Rocky also came to Los Angeles to visit him. But at that moment, Creed's heart was filled with resentment toward Rocky. He thought Rocky's visit at this time was nothing but a joke. He didn't need this kind of pity. Rocky had no choice but to leave dejectedly. Before long, Creed was discharged from the hospital. But after returning home, he seemed like a completely different person. He became cold and distant, spending his days replaying the footage of his fight against Victor. One day, Victor challenged him again in the media. But when Creed arrived at the gym door, he couldn't summon up the courage to walk in. He ran away. Meanwhile, back in Philadelphia, Rocky received a letter from Marie. He opened it and read, "He still needs you." Yes, Creed still needed Rocky. So Rocky traveled to Los Angeles once more. When Creed returned to his mother's house, he turned around and saw Rocky standing there. Seeing him again after months apart, Creed finally let go of his grudges. Just then, Creed got a call from his mother. Bianca was going into labor. Rocky accompanied him to the hospital. Creed was a bundle of nerves the entire way. Rocky told him that this day would be the greatest moment of his life. Finally, the baby was born. But because Bianca was born with a hearing impairment, to be safe, Creed immediately arranged a hearing test test for the baby. The results showed that the baby had inherited Bianca's congenital hearing loss. Creed's world came crashing down around him. Raising a baby is never easy. Faced with his crying infant, who wouldn't calm down no matter what he did, Creed had no choice but to take her to the gym. Hoping to soothe her, he started punching the bag, faster and faster, until he found himself yelling out loud, as if pouring out all the frustration he'd bottled up inside lately. Looking at his daughter, Creed felt a resolve taking shape in his heart. That night, he told Bianca he was going to fight Victor again. This time, it wasn't to prove anything to anyone. It was for something far more important.
You wouldn't be any good to anybody if you didn't do what you love. You wouldn't be able to breathe, right? Well, I wouldn't be any good to anybody if I don't handle this the right way.
In the end, he won his wife's support. Early the next morning, he went to find Rocky and Duke. But if this fight was going to happen, it would have to be in Russia, meaning Creed would be fighting away from home, a huge disadvantage. No sooner said than done. Rocky took Creed to a special place, a place that would forge him into a whole new man. Every person here had eyes burning with hunger for victory. With the clang of a hammer hitting metal, his training officially began. If others work hard, you have to work harder. That's the only way you stand a chance to win. To build up Creed's ability to take a hit, Rocky hammered at him with heavy weights. To sharpen his close-quarters combat skills, Rocky had him stand with one foot in a tire, while the burly men at the training camp took turns sparring with him. Creed's hands were bruised and bloodied, but he never gave up. He was so exhausted that he collapsed during training.